and you can let people in. Good afternoon. I'm Bill Maley, Brighton Town Supervisor, and I want to welcome you to the January 3rd, 2022 organizational meeting of the Brighton Town Board. Each year in New York, towns conduct an organizational meeting to act on administrative matters that must be adopted every year, or in some cases every other year. Other matters of business can be conducted at the organizational meeting, and we will have a couple today, but the primary purpose of this meeting is to conduct those annual or biennial administrative matters. As a matter of long-standing practice, there is no open forum at the organizational meeting. We will hold an open forum at our January 12th town board meeting, as we do at every regular meeting of the Brighton Town Board. For now, we continue to hold town board meetings remotely for your safety and for the safety of everyone here at Town Hall. We also continue to make our meetings accessible to the deaf and hard of hearing community with our ASL interpreters. Today, our interpreters are Allie and Talisi. Thank you both. Just as a reminder, the agenda for today's organizational meeting, as well as all the materials that we will be reviewing in making our decisions today, are available on the Town of Brighton website at www.townofbrighton.org. We will start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you're able to stand, please join me in doing so. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bridget, I just want to make sure if we have anybody, I haven't checked the waiting room, if there's anybody in the waiting room that wishes to join the Zoom, that they can be let in. We will now begin the swearing in. Perfect timing. And Bridget, you may need to unmute Christine. We are now ready to begin the swearing in ceremony for the town officials who were reelected this past November. I regret very much that we're not able to conduct our normal ceremonial swearing in ceremony in person this year due to COVID. I know it's very meaningful for family and friends to be able to join in the event, as we would be able to do if we were holding this ceremony in person during normal times. However, I am pleased that we're able to hold the swearing in ceremony today at the organizational meeting, where family and friends can join us on Zoom or on our live stream, no matter where they're located. Each of us that was reelected this past November, town board members Christine Corrado and Robin Wilt, town clerk Dan Amon, and myself will be sworn in today by Brighton Town Justice Karen Morris. And I'm grateful to Judge Morris for joining us today and for your many years of service in the service of justice to the Brighton community. Speaking for all of us who are being sworn in today, I can say it is an honor and a privilege to be sworn in by you, Judge Morris, and it's an honor and a privilege to be chosen to continue to serve the Brighton community. That's an honor that I take very seriously. We will start today with the swearing in of Town Clerk Dan Amon. It will be followed by the swearing in of Town Board members Christine Corrado and Robin Wilt, and finally by my own swearing in as Brighton Supervisor. Judge Morris, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you, and Happy New Year, and hello to everybody. I have the distinct honor of administering the oath of office to the re-elected officials of Brighton Town government. The issues that they will be confronting are daunting. We as town residents rely on them to steady the ship. We wish for these officials wisdom, inspiration, creativity, and success. Their journey in representing the townspeople begins with an oath of office, a solemn and sacred commitment to the residents of Brighton to use their best efforts to manage the business of Brighton and preserve the well-being of townsfolk. Therefore, taking the oath is not an act to be done lightly, but rather should be undertaken with great consideration and commitment to the town, to their partners in governing, and to the constituents whose votes solely determined their presence here today as elected officials. As I administer the oath, let me comment momentarily on two historical tidbits. Oaths have long been administered, but not without incident. First I'm going to comment on was President Truman, who failed to raise his hand when he took the oath. And so the oath had to be administered a second time to him. If you go online, you can find both pictures of him taking the oath with his hand down and then redoing it with his hand up. It turns out raising the hand is convention. It's not a rule or a law, but it separates the mundane from the important act of taking the oath because it's not a normal position. So it symbolizes that this undertaking is serious, paramount, and vital. The second flaw in oath giving at the presidential level involved President Obama. And the chief judge misspoke the words of the oath and misplaced the word faithfully. And so President Obama also had to take the oath a second time. Today, we will try to avoid the necessity of a second oath. I'll ask each official to raise their right hand as they take the oath to reinforce the solemn commitment they are undertaking. And I will adhere diligently to the wording of the official oath of office. So we will start with Dan Amon, our town clerk, who has been elected for another 2-year term. He oversees the operation of the Brighton Town Clerk's office. He and his well-selected staff provide the following services with efficiency and a welcoming attitude. They receive our taxes. They issue parking permits to people with disabilities, marriage licenses, dog licenses, various permits. They record management of various proceedings at the town board. They engage in or issue easy passes. They offer notary public services and many other important services to the people of the town. Dan introduced online services and moved records and processes to the digital world. In 2019, he launched Clerk on the Go, bringing the clerk's office to senior living communities to help our residents right where they live. So we applaud Dan for his good works, and I'll ask Dan, very importantly, to raise his right hand and repeat after me. I'm looking to see, there's Dan. Okay. I, Dan Amon.
I, Daniel Amon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Town Clerk
of Town Clerk
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, Clerk Amen.
Thank you, Judge Morris. Much
Absolutely,
appreciated.
yes. And next will be Christine Corrado. Christine was appointed by the Brighton Town Board and sworn in as Brighton Council member on December 12th of 2018. Brightonians voted her to a complete term in 2019 and re-elected her this past fall for a full 4-year term. As a Brighton resident since 2007, she's been an active leader in the Willow Bend Neighborhood Association, served on the Brighton Zoning Board of Appeals and the Envision Brighton 2028 Comprehensive Plan Update Steering Committee. As an advocate for complete streets and active transportation, she founded the citizen advocacy group, Brighton Safe Streets for All. In her first term, she chaired the Public Safety Committee, served on the Community Services Committee, and serves as liaison to the Conservation Board. On these committees and in all activities, Councilmember Christine Corrado advocated for equitable accessibility for all in Brighton. Among the ways she does this includes engaging with public transit authorities to improve the level of service to Brighton, collaborating with community members, advancing the community's vision as described in the Envision Brighton 2028 Comprehensive Plan, and more. She believes that the more we implement ways to make shared assets more accessible to all, regardless of ability, income, race, religion, gender, the closer we come to living up to our aspiration of being a diverse, equitable, and welcoming community. Councilmember Corrado, I'll ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Christine Corrado,
I, Christine Corrado,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Town Council member
of Town Council member
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, Councilmember Corrado.
Thank you.
And now Robin Welt. Well, there's Robin. Okay. During her first term, Robin led the passage of several local laws and resolutions, including one that prohibits housing discrimination based on source of income, one that requires disciplinary actions within the Brighton Police Department to be approved by the town board, and one that requires contractors to have renovations, repair, or painting lead certification when applying for certain building permits where lead may be disturbed. In addition, she worked with the New York State Department of Transportation to ensure that the East Avenue lane reduction project was more bicycle friendly. She also created the Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Advisory Board, which is poised to begin implementation of its landmark Diversity and Inclusion Action Plan during her second term. Finally, Robin's work on community choice aggregation enabled the town to procure 100% renewable electricity for its residents, reducing CO2 emissions by 13,830 metric tons, the equivalent of taking 2,735 cars off the road. And those environmental benefits came on top of the $363,000 in savings on electrical bills in the 10-month period beginning January of 2021. Robin looks forward to working with the entire community of Brighton to continue to make progress on the goals codified in our Envision Brighton 2028 comprehensive plan. Robin, if you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Robin Wilt,
I, Robin Wilt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Brighton Town Council member
of Brighton Town Council member,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, Councilmember Wilt. And now our supervisor. Supervisor Bill Maley has served 10 years as Brighton Town Supervisor. In that role, he has focused on addressing issues of sustainability, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion. He has also been a leader in intergovernmental collaboration, both locally, where he has championed several intergovernmental projects, and served as president of the Monroe County Supervisors Association, as well as statewide, where he currently serves as second vice president of the New York State Association of Towns. During Supervisor Maley's time in office, Brighton has added over 100 acres of open space and several miles of wonderful new trails. Brighton has become both a clean energy community and a climate smart community, and adopted the Envision Brighton 2028 comprehensive plan, founded on principles of sustainability and funded with New York State grant funds from the Cleaner, Greener Communities program. Throughout his time in office, Supervisor Maley has proposed and the town board has adopted balanced budgets that have provided funding for essential services, while also taking advantage of opportunities for new initiatives to maintain and enhance the quality of life in Brighton. Supervisor Maley, if you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, William Maley,
I, William Maley,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Supervisor of the Town of Brighton,
of Supervisor of the Town of Brighton,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, Supervisor Maley.
Thank you very much, Judge Morris.
And before I turn it back to you, I just would add that we, as residents of the town of Brighton, are in very good hands. Take it away, Supervisor.
Thank you. And thank you again for taking time out of your day to swear us in.
My
It
pleasure.
is very meaningful and much appreciated. Can I have a motion then to approve the agenda of today's meeting?
So moved.
Second, Christine.
Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. And just to be clear, the meeting has been called to order. We do have one public hearing today, and it is a public hearing to consider the adoption of a proposed local law amending Chapter 20 of the Brighton Code relating to the residency requirement for the position of town assessor. Dan, has the necessary legal notice been given in this matter?
Yes, Supervisor, notice was in the December 28th edition of the Daily Record.
Thank you. Robin, can I have a motion then to, well, I'm sorry, at least getting ahead of myself here. Notice of this public hearing having been given, I declare the public hearing to be open. Ken, would you like to say a few words about this public hearing?
Yes, Supervisor, very briefly. Section 23 of the town law specifies those positions that require residency within the town for town officers. The town assessor is a town officer, and it has been a practice widely adopted across New York State to relieve or release the residency requirement for town assessor serving in a local municipality. In fact, most town assessors, I understand, do not live in the towns in which they serve. So all we're doing here is really just giving a nod towards what state law says and adopting a local law, as we're permitted to do under the municipal home rule law, to modify what state law says and allow our town assessor not to be a town resident, as long has been the practice here.
Thank you, Ken. Is there anyone here who would like to address the board on this public hearing? Any members of the town board that would like to address this matter? Hearing none, I declare this public hearing to be closed. And now I will ask Councilmember Wilt to make the motion, please.
Certainly, on the matter regarding the adoption of a local law concerning residency requirement for the position of town assessor, I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney. Excuse me.
Second, Chris.
Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Okay, now we will go into the organizational meeting business matters, and for sake of moving things along, I'm going to just ask that we go through these individually, but we'll start with we'll just go through them in order of the board members, and I will start on the meeting schedule with you, Jason, and then Chris will handle the next one.
All right. The first matter seeks to ratify the regular meeting schedule of the Brighton Town Board for 2022. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Chris.
Any discussion? We'll note that we reviewed this and the various meeting schedules to avoid conflicts with religious and other holidays. We have a motion and a second. If there's no discussion, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Chris, the next matter.
The next item is to ratify the 2020, it should be 2022, is that not correct?
Yes, it should.
2022 Brighton Town Hall holiday schedule. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second,
Second.
Christine.
Thank you. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Robin,
The next matter seeks to authorize approval of proposed 2022 Public Works Committee meeting schedule. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Jason.
any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Christine,
The next matter seeks to authorize approval of the proposed 2022 Public Safety Committee meeting schedule as prepared by the town attorney.
can I have a second? Thanks, Chris. Discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Christine, the next one again, please.
Oh, sure. The next matter seeks to authorize approval of the proposed 2022 Finance and Administrative Services Committee, or FASC, meeting schedule as proposed. As I move that we adopt the schedule as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Robin.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Robin,
And the next matter seeks to authorize approval of the proposed 2022 Community Services Committee meeting schedule. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Chris.
any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Chris,
The next item is to designate the Daily Record as the official newspaper of the town of Brighton for the year 2020.
2022.
I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second, Christine.
I just want to make sure, I think that's just a typo on the agenda. It is correct in the resolution. And Christine, you seconded that. Any
Yes.
discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Jason,
Yes, the next matter seeks to adopt the Scott Foreman Roberts Rules of Order newly revised 11th edition 2020 as the rules of its procedure for the year 2022. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Robin.
and I just want to note that actually the reference should be to the 12th. There is a new 12th edition, which is the 2020 edition, and that is what is indicated in the resolution itself. And in your the motion that you make will incorporate that. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Jason, again.
The next matter seeks to appoint Mark L. Frankel as Constable of the Town of Brighton for a one-year term commencing January 1, 2022 and ending December 31, 2022. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Chris.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Chris,
Next item is to appoint Michael M. Phillips, CPA, as a constable of the town of Brighton for a one-year term commencing January 1, 2022 and ending December 31, 2022. I move that we adopt the resolution before us, assuming that says 2022 in it.
Second.
And it does.
Excellent.
We have a second from Jason. Any discussion? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Robin.
The next matter seeks to designate certain town staff, building inspectors, environmental review liaison officer, code enforcement officers, and secretaries to various town advisory boards effective January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. I move that we adopt the resolution. It is prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Christine.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Christine.
Next matter seeks to authorize agreement to spend highway repair funds in 2022, which are allocated in the 2022 budget. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second. Jason.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Next matter. Christine again, please.
All right. The next matter seeks to appoint Michael E. Guyon, P.E., as Commissioner of Public Works, Highway Superintendent, and Superintendent of Sewer Maintenance, effective January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022, and Steve Zimmer as Deputy Commissioner of Public Works, effective January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second. Chris.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Just a second. I want to keep scrolling down here. I just want to point out in the next matter, the animal control officers, much as I would love to appoint Shanna Higgins again to that position, she is no longer one of our animal control officers. As you know, she took a different position, although she is working part-time for us in another capacity. The resolution itself is correct. Mr. Blackman and Mr. Camiolo are continuing on as our animal control officers. So Robin, with that caveat, if you could make that motion, please.
Certainly. The next matter seeks to appoint Bruce Blackman and James Camiolo as animal control officers part-time of the town of Brighton for a term of 1 year commencing January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2022. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second. Jason.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
Aye. Christine. I'm sorry, Chris.
I think it's me.
Yep.
The next item is to authorize the supervisor to execute part-time program and vendor services contracts for 2022 for the town's Parks and Recreation Department. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Actually, on this matter, it's for the town board to authorize the part-time and seasonal appointments made during 2021 and to authorize the supervisor to make those appointments for 2022. So it's
Aye.
both retrospective and prospective, Chris.
Thanks, Ken.
Very good. I amend my, my motion accordingly.
And the resolution is accurate in that regard.
It is.
Thanks, Ken.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye, and so what that means is that it actually combines, does it not, Ken, the two, there are two items there. One, authorizing executing contracts for 2022, and one ratifying the ones that were done. Or am I missing something? Did we jump ahead one?
No, you're fine. I think the agenda just doesn't state that. Next item, resolution 16, by my notes is actually, let me just pull it up one more time.
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
just checking here too.
Resolution 16 is the appointment of your town. Oh, no, that's resolution 17 is the appointment of your historian, which should be the next item on the agenda, perhaps. Let me just double check this. It may come later on.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
no,
that's
later on under matter of the supervisor. Okay.
I think what's sort of happened here is two items have gotten,
Yes,
melded into one.
I believe we
So-
were skipping resolution, pardon me, Supervisor, resolution 24, which deals with the Recreation Department, which is right before the one, resolution 16. So it's 24 and then 16.
Yes. So actually, Christine got it
Chris,
right. It's the,
Councilmember Werner, I think. Actually.
or Chris, yes. All right, so thank you for clarifying all of that. Thank you, Bridget. So again, this is resolution 24, part-time program and vendor services contracts for the Parks Department and the Recreation Department. And we have a motion and a second on that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye, and now we will move to the one that first ratifies seasonal on-call and temporary appointments and also authorizes those to be made prospectively. Jason.
Yes, with respect to ratifying and approving all appointments made by the supervisor in 2021 of all seasonal on-call and temporary staff, and to authorize the supervisor to appoint seasonal on-call and temporary staff for the year 2022, I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Robin.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Jason, the next one, please.
The next matter seeks to designate authorized depositories and adopt deposit and investment policy for 2022. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second. Chris.
Paula, are there any changes or is there anything you'd like to say about this matter?
No, we've made no changes. We have not added any depositories or removed any depositories in the current year, and we don't anticipate to as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. We have a motion and a second on that matter. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Chris.
Next item is to authorize petty cash and change funds for the year 2022. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second, Robin.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Robin, the next matter, please.
Thank you. The next matter seeks the appointment of Daniel Amon, Town Clerk, as Receiver of Taxes for a 2-year term commencing January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2023. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the Town Attorney.
Second. Oh, Jason.
We have a motion and a second. Obviously, that's a role Dan has taken throughout his term. Thank you for that. Any further discussions? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
2 thumbs up for a very difficult job. Aye.
Thank you.
Oh, it is.
In all seriousness, thank you. Obviously, it's already gotten started, and it's a role I take very seriously and a lot of pride.
Christine, the next matter, the happiest matter on today's agenda, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Indeed. The next matter seeks to appoint Brighton Town Supervisor William W. Mealy and Town Clerk Daniel Amon as marriage officers for a 2-year term commencing January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2023. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second, Chris.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. And Christine, then the last matter of the org meeting, the appointment of the town engineer and town attorney.
Happy to do that. The next matter seeks to appoint Everett Garcia as town engineer and Kenneth W. Gordon as town attorney for a 2-year term commencing January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2023. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Robin.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. And Everett's not on with us, but I know we've all worked with Everett, and very happy to have him as our town engineer. We have a couple of matters of the town supervisor, which are actually very much in the same nature as the organizational meeting. I am recommending first the continued appointment of Mary Jo Lanfear as town historian. And Robin, can I have a motion to that effect?
Certainly. The next matter, the supervisor seeks to appoint Mary Jo Lanfear as town historian to the town for a term commencing January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Christine.
Any discussion? Mary Jo is just absolutely priceless. I have learned so much about the town's history and the history of the region from Mary Jo. So we have a motion and seconded. Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Chris.
Next item is to appoint particular council members as chairs and members of the Public Works, Public Safety, Finance and Administrative Services, and Community Services Committees. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second, Jason.
And I would note that although the Finance and Community Services Committees remain the same, We've sort of flipped the Public Works and Public Safety Committee membership. So other than that, those are the only changes for the new year. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye.
Christine, is that just because you didn't want to get up early on?
Well, you know, Chris, I needed to give you the chance to be the guy who's there on time every time.
Well, there you go. You picked the wrong guy, Christine, for that. The rest is great. I look forward to it.
And likewise.
We now have two, again, administrative matters, but arising out of the town clerk's office. Jason.
Yes, the next matter seeks to adopt records retention schedule for 2022. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Chris.
Dan, anything you would like to say about records retention? Anything that we can allow to go out over the air that you'd like to be able to say about records retention?
No, it's obviously it's a very important part of maintaining the collective histories of the town, and hopefully it's one that in future budgets can maybe get some more attention. Not where you were expecting me to go, but there'll probably be some CIP items in the future as I get more time to deal with this, because there's a lot to do. I think I just saw Paula twitch.
It is a lot, and it is important. I don't mean to make light of it. It's one of the many important jobs that you do as town clerk. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Jason, why don't you do the next one as well?
The next matter is the presentation of salary and payroll schedule for the period of January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Robin.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. Okay, we're going to give you a lot of work in order here, Jason. Matters of new business, reading and approval of claims. Jason.
Yes, earlier this morning, I reviewed claims totaling $253,643.03. Notable claims include to the New York State Municipal Workers' Compensation Alliance in the amount of $49,205.50, representing payment of the first quarter 2022 workers' compensation insurance premiums per the new 2021-2022 approved contract. Also to Paris Kerwin Associates in the amount of $148,544.76, representing payment for commercial insurances for the town from January 1, 2022 through May 31, 2022. And finally, to Tyler Technologies Incorporated in the amount of $16,510.28, representing payment for the annual 2021 maintenance fees for the .NET financial software utilized by the town. The claims all appear to be in order, and I move that they be approved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. And Jason, in your role as library board trustee from the town board. If you would do the next one as well, please.
Certainly. The next matter seeks to authorize an appointment to the Brighton Memorial Library Board of Trustees. I move we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second, Robert. Oops.
And that motion would appoint Kristen Totleben of 133 Dale Road to the library board. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Before I vote, this will be filling the seat that has been held for the last 10 years by a truly remarkable Rochesterian and now Brightonian, Ruth Scott. The library board has a 10-year term limit, and every now and then term limits sometimes, in the case of Ruth Scott, I just can't say enough about all that Ruth has done over the years. Ironically, Ruth and I grew up not very far from each other in southeastern Michigan, both in small towns in southeastern Michigan. Ruth wrote a book about that experience, one that I highly recommend reading. But as many of you know, Ruth served for many years on the city council of the city of Rochester, where she was a leader and a trailblazer in so many different areas. We had the good fortune that she ultimately moved to the town of Brighton, and very quickly volunteered her extraordinary talents to serve on our library board, where she has served for the last 10 years. She was a part of the interview. She has been serving as chair of the library board, and in that capacity, she was part of the interviews for this position. But I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Ruth, for your service on the library board and for all that you do for Brighton and for the greater Rochester area. And having said all that, you bet I vote aye. Next matter then, Chris.
I believe, yes. The next item is to amend the 2022 flat salaried and wage position to reinstate the Fire Protection District Administrator to complete transition of the West Brighton Fire Protection District to the Henrietta Fire District. I move that we adopt the resolution before us.
Second, Christine.
And this is a position that was inadvertently out and is very important as we transition from the Rochester Fire Department, who has served and served ably in the West Brighton Fire Protection District for the last almost 9.5 years, Engine 8 operating out of the West Henrietta Road Fire Station. And I want to thank the Rochester Fire Department and current Chief Hernandez for all that you have done to keep that part of Brighton safe, and your response, which has been excellent. And of course, for many years before that, the Rochester Fire Department served in collaboration with the former West Brighton Fire Department in service in that area. But as of January 1st, the Henrietta Fire District is now providing service in West Brighton. That transition went seamlessly over the weekend. The Henrietta Fire Department answered several calls on Saturday and Sunday. from the West Henrietta Road Fire Station, and we're very pleased to have Chief Cholak and the Henrietta Fire District serving that area today following the what I'll call a merger. I'm not sure that's technically the correct legal terminology, but of the West Brighton Fire Protection District into the Henrietta Fire District. I know residents of that area will have the opportunity in the not too distant future, once the Henrietta Fire District folks get in and get settled in their new home on West Henrietta Road. We'll have some kind of an open house to meet and greet the community. But in the meantime, Chris will continue to serve as the administrator as that transition and service goes forward. Chris, you made that motion, and I'm sorry, who seconded it? Christine did. Okay. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DeBonzio.
Aye.
Councilmember Werner.
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt.
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado.
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. And finally, Robin.
Certainly, the next matter seeks to authorize the renewal of certain real property tax exemptions per Governor Hochul's Executive Order number 11.1. I move that we adopt the resolution as prepared by the town attorney.
Second.
The matters in question relate to the tax exemptions, the real property tax exemptions provided for under New York State Real Property Tax Laws, Section 459 and 467. Those are the partial tax exemptions for seniors and for disabled persons. Last year, Governor Cuomo issued an executive order automatically extending those tax exemptions for people who had previously qualified for them due to COVID. This year, Governor Hochul has done something similar, although it is subject to local approval. And Assessor Sue Wentworth and I are asking that the town board approve that so that, again, for reasons of COVID, that people do not have to come into town hall in order to get those exemptions. I will note, however, that the town assessor continues to review property holdings, and if, for example, someone who was qualified has sold the property and the new owner is not qualified, or if someone unfortunately should have passed away, in those cases, the assessor under this executive order and this proposed resolution has the right to deny exemptions for, for people who are not eligible for them. I hope that was clear and concise enough. Ken, anything you want to add to that?
No, that's all. It's just helps the folks get renewed without having to come into town hall.
And we wanted to do that at the organizational meeting, frankly, so the assessor could get the word out to the many, many people who do normally come in for these, some of whom have already come in, but we don't want anybody to come in that now won't have to. So that's why we put it on this agenda. We have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DeBonzio.
Aye.
Councilmember Werner.
Aye.
Councilmember Wilt.
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado.
Aye.
Supervisor Mealy.
Aye. That's everything we have on the agenda. I do want to note that the next regular town board meeting will be next Wednesday, January 12th, again held remotely at 7 p.m. In the meantime, I want to ask everybody, please stay safe. The Omicron variant, if you're following the numbers, is causing a significant impact. And while there may be some indication that it's less symptomatic than some of the other variants, it is very clear that it is extremely contagious. If you have not received a booster shot yet, I know most people are fully vaccinated. They've either had the two Pfizer or Moderna or the single Johnson & Johnson shots, but some people haven't gotten their booster yet. And what is also clear is that getting that booster shot dramatically increases your protection from the Omicron virus. So if you haven't gotten that booster yet, please do so. Please remember to follow all public health guidelines for COVID safety, including masking guidelines, and as you may have been hearing more lately, preferably using an N95 or KN95 mask, which provide greater protection. Unless anybody has a matter for executive session, I would invite a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, Robin.
Dan, please call the roll.
Councilmember DePonzio,
Aye.
Councilmember Werner. May have
Chris?
frozen.
Yes, he may have frozen. Well,
Frozen.
why
Well,
don't
we
we
will circle back and go a little slowly and go to Councilmember Wilt,
Aye.
Councilmember Corrado,
Aye.
Supervisor Maley.
aye.
Maybe his attempts to keep the meeting going, he thought he would abstain, and then he's lost the vote, so.
Well, the motion carries. I'm going to guess he's trying to say aye there, but in any event, the motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Again, our next meeting is next Wednesday night, January 12th at 7 p.m. It will be held remotely. I again want to thank Judge Karen Morris for being such an important part of today's ceremonies. Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the 12th, if not sooner. Have a great day, everybody.